Who hasn't heard of sushi? Over the years, the popular Japanese dish has conquered the hearts and minds of consumers across the world. It has become such a huge hit that the dish is readily available in supermarkets, restaurants, and on delivery websites, which has made eating sushi as easy as a click of a button. That's a lot cheaper than a ticket to Japan. Or is it? Well, that depends on the price you're paying. Currently, consumers only pay the so-called market price, or direct price, which doesn't include the indirect or external costs of sushi. These indirect costs are known as the hidden costs, which are costs associated with the damage to the environment and human health during the production and consumption of sushi. Yes, that's right. We aren't paying for any of the environmental damage caused in the process of getting that delicious sushi on our plates. In fact, if all the hidden costs would be applied to the market price of sushi, this dish would be super expensive. Let's have a look at these costs. See, when you order sushi, ingredients like raw fish are needed, and often it comes from abroad. This means that your food will have made quite some miles before it gets to your plate. Even though the shipping will be accounted for in the market price, the pollution damages from this transportation aren't. This is one of the many external costs in your sushi. For instance, sushi travels an average of 8,740 kilometers to get to you. That's a whole lot of CO2 we're talking about. Another hidden cost is the environmental damages we cause in our ecosystems by increasing our demand for sushi. Following the demand and supply economic model, the more sushi we eat, the more supply the producers will have to provide by either fishing or farming fish. Most of the salmon, for example, that is on the market is farmed, and this causes unmeasurable environmental impacts. Some of these impacts include genetic interference with wild salmon, spread of resistant diseases, pollution of the water due to concentration of fishes, and etc. But what about just catching a fish instead of farming? Well, the environmental degradation could be even worse. For instance, most of the tuna fish used in our sushi is caught instead of farmed. The most common type is the bluefin tuna, one of nature's most successful ocean inhabitants, the biggest of the tuna species, and a fish that is on top of its food chain with a few natural predators. However, due to its high consumption demand, multiple tuna species are endangered, and because it's a keystone species in the oceans, its extinction could harm the marine ecosystems in unimaginable ways. Also, when fishing tuna, companies use giant nets that end up catching other animals such as turtles, sharks, and rays, which are often not rescued. A lot of hidden costs you didn't know about, right? So does that mean you can never eat sushi again? No. Luckily, there are also other things you can do. In general, as consumers, just to be aware of the damages that our daily activities may be causing the planet is already a great start. Maybe decreasing the amount of sushi we eat, for example. Even the little steps matter. Perhaps you want to do even more, so it's important to know that the failure to include the hidden costs in products and services is considered to be one of the main causes of environmental problems. So how can we achieve a more environmentally honest market system? A simple solution would be to implement full cost pricing in all products and services. That will mean all external costs plus direct costs. Interesting, right? Well, making sure to demand full cost pricing from your local and public leaders is a way to show our environmentally conscious awareness, allowing us to move to a more sustainable future. Doing this can mean voting for the most green party, but it can also mean asking the supermarket manager if he can introduce more locally sourced products of which the origin is more clear. Think about what action is promoted and necessary in your community and share the challenge with your friends. Another thing you can do is see if you can find eco-labels on the products that you buy. Eco-labels are labels that public and private agencies issue to products that have proved to be environmentally friendly or that have been purchased through a fair negotiation with producers. Try to find them at your local stores and ask for them at restaurants. Even if they don't have labeled products, showing you care can already start the process of creating awareness that this is something that should be cared about. But most importantly, you can spread the word. You doing your best will already make some impact, but the more the merrier. Send your friends and family this video and spark a discussion. After all, acting sustainably is more fun and effective when we do it together, isn't it? The future of our planet is in our hands, but also on our plates. Are you in for making a difference on yours?
Created using Powtoon.